So what I'm going to share today is really sensitive, a sensitive topic, very sensitive topic, and it's not for children. Okay? So I normally I know teens and even younger children that are learning about God watch my channel, but I don't think you need this information in your young mind. I mean, I'm teaching on the demonic, but the details and parts of the interview that I'm going to share are probably not the best things for them to hear, right? But here's what I want to say. You really can't tell me that there's no evil out here. So there's a woman, her name is Angela Simpson. I found out about her. I sat and I listened to what she had done, right? And I felt like the Lord was saying, people need to understand that this is demonic. What she did is demonic, and I'll explain in a few minutes, right? He was telling me that she has demons. And I mean, when you look at her, if you know and you are a discerner, you can pick that up, right? A lot of times people that have demons think it's them making the decisions and think them making the, whatever it is they're doing, the action that they're doing, they think that it's them. They don't even realize that they no longer have control, that they are being controlled by the demonic. A lot of these things are premeditated. Things that people do are premeditated or can be premeditated. And this is not all people. This is some, right? I don't think there's a person that doesn't have some demonic activity, right? But the bottom line is we know our source and we know that God is our healer and our deliverer. And that's why we submit and repent daily, right? I've said before, I don't know if it was on this channel or if it was something else, but I said before that I felt like the school shootings were perpetrated by sleeper agents. So a sleeper agent is a demon that's inside a person, and it will be dormant until it needs you to fulfill its purpose, right? So many kids play these games, a lot of these shooting games and all of that stuff. And I am 100% certain that demons access them that way. A shooting game may seem like an innocent thing, but when you don't know the creator, when you don't know the other people you're playing against, when you don't know the people that are pushing this thing, you need to be wary. And it's demonic when the child just suffers withdrawal from these games when you don't want them to play past a certain amount of time. They throw a fit, they start falling out. It's just crazy. And like I said, they lie dormant until it's time for them to strike and do whatever it is they're called to do. So they wake up in the person and demons tell them, go to the store and buy guns, or they tell them today is the day. And we're just thinking, oh, why are all these random things happening? The common denominator, if they were to interview people who do this stuff, I've spent a lot of time online on playing these shooting games or these killing games and that sort of thing. And that kind of conditions them to want to do it in real life, right? People don't believe me, but go ahead and like and share this video because what I'm saying, you'll be coming back and saying, oh, Linda Dominique Grosvenor Holland said that in 2023, even though the revelation came to me in about 2020 or even 2019. I just felt like sleeper agents were a real thing. And it was waking up in people, waking up in teens, waking up in children, and they do all sorts of things. So I'm not even going to get into all the things that they do, right? But here's the thing. There are also people that the enemy uses, right, to kill, right? We know that serial killers are motivated by the demonic. There's no way you can be on a rampage state to state across the country killing people and that's not demonic. You have a demon of murder operating in you and it needs to come out. But a lot of times people don't know that. They, you know, when you listen to the neighbors, they're like, oh, he was such a quiet kid. Oh, he was such a nice boy. Oh, he would mow my lawn. But he has a demon. The demon makes him kill, right? You know, sometimes it's the serial killer thing. But in this woman's case, and I'm going to show you in a few, some of them just have a single victim that the enemy is targeting them to kill. And when they yield, that's when they're carrying out this heinous thing. And I say heinous because watch until you hear the details of this. And watch until you watch the snippets of the interview and you see how calm, cool, and collected she is. But she has demons operating in her. Okay? This woman, she murdered a guy. His name was Terry Neely. I'm looking at my notes, right? You can Google it because I'm not trying to, you know, put fear in anybody or anything like that. But I just think as believers, we need to know this stuff, right? You think a person is nice. You think a person is this. You think a person is that. I mean, I'm on TikTok and you'd be surprised at how many girls, you know, teenage girls are like killing their friends and how many girlfriend and boyfriends we go together, the boy is murdering the girlfriend. So there's something going on and we need to be aware of it. People are like, oh, I don't want to hear about that spooky stuff, that demonic stuff. You better know it because demons are very real. So we need to know and come against it with our prayer, with our authority, praying for our neighbors, our neighborhoods, our school, our children, and even our children's friends, right? So here's what she did. She murdered this man named Terry Neely. Like I said, you can Google it. She tortured him for 3 whole days, right? And I don't know if the torturing killed him or she just killed him, you know, after 3 days, right? She impaled his skull with nails, right? She pulled his teeth out with pliers, right? And she took a blowtorch and she began blowtorching his flesh, right? And then after all of that, she dismembered him and put him in a dumpster and set him on fire. Now, if that isn't demonic, I don't know what is, right? She said she killed the guy because he was a snitch, but just take a listen. When I see people like this, I always look in their eyes, right? I just do. Right? But watch this.
Angela, I've seen previous interviews and I've with the police, and one of our colleagues talked to you once upon a time. You're very upfront.
Pretty much.
About talking about this killing.
Right.
You murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course.
There is no ambiguity, and there is nothing you want to... In court today, you said you're not here to pretend to be remorseful.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Are you remorseful?
Not at all.
Why?
Why would I be?
Well, why did this man deserve to die? You claimed he was a snitch.
Well,
what proof do you have of that?
He told me he was a snitch.
He told you.
On many occasions. But that really doesn't matter. Why did you guys want to kill me? Phoenix wanted to kill me. What's the difference? Everybody has a reason to kill. My reason might not be good to you, but your reason wasn't good to me.
The incident, can you tell me anything about what happened during those 3 days while you were...
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I took him to my house, walked him down the street. I don't know why the media acts like the motherfucker couldn't walk. He walked very well. Walked him upstairs, kicked his ass, and killed him.
Insights that you don't regret killing this guy?
I don't regret killing him, no. I regret the fact that my co-defendants found it necessary divulged so much information to the detectives. I regret that. They were people I really cared about, and I regret that they were near me or around me at any point.
And then helped prosecutors.
Help the prosecution, correct.
You were
And
angry
they
at those people.
definitely, because they didn't know, they weren't actually with me during any of my crimes. So for them to say that they were, to try to get lesser sentences, was a little heartbreaking for me.
So friends of yours lied to prosecutors and lied to police.
Correct.
Dropped the dime on you.
Correct.
They snitched on you.
Correct.
If you could, would you do to them what you did to
No,
Terry?
I would not.
Because you still have some relationship with them, or?
Well, no, but I had claimed a bond with them at one point, so I wouldn't be able to avenge that.
Yeah, yeah. Did you act completely alone in that?
Yes,
part?
definitely.
So nobody else helped?
No. Totally alone.
Help me understand. For three, I know the crimes of passion or something, and in the heat of the moment. But to spend 3 days driving nails into a guy's head and pulling his teeth out.
Right.
Why?
I found it necessary.
Your moment. I'd like to, because we've got to get run back, and
Right.
I want to get what you say on television. And I'm grateful that you would be willing to talk to us, and I wish you the best under these
Thank you.
circumstances. What would you have the world know? You're sort of an interesting character, because first of all, women generally don't commit crimes this heinous.
Right.
This is usually the domain of men.
That's unfortunate.
You think more women?
Oh, yeah, equal opportunity, definitely.
And I know you're being sort of a smart aleck to me.
Slightly sarcastic.
But
yeah,
but
I can do
seriously, I
that.
mean, in some ways, I've been covering murder and mayhem and covered serial killers to petty shoot-'em-ups, and you don't meet many women who commit the kind of calculated, long-term murder that you committed with this guy, and you don't meet many people who are willing to say, "I did it," and you know what? Deal with it.
Right. That's the way it should be, in my opinion.
Are you? But you seem so. You seem like you're sort of just. I'm sort of almost self-righteous about. I did this, and I did. Do you think you did the right thing by killing this guy?
Definitely.
Other than shooting his mouth off, what else did he do that you know of?
That's what he got done for. He's
Shooting.
white trash. Somebody had to take it out. That's it.
Was there a racial component to it?
Oh, there's always a racial component.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
I'm not going to elaborate on that at all.
Okay, but the fact that you're a black woman and he's a white guy, that factored into your killing him?
Yeah. I wouldn't kill another black individual.
Okay. Would you, if you had that moment to live over again?
I'd have kept him alive a week.
But you would have still tortured him and killed him?
Oh, I'd have tortured him for a week, yeah, instead of 3 days. Definitely.
So your only regret is that the torture didn't go on any longer?
Right, and I regret not killing my other victim. I should have killed him, too. I just didn't have time. I had to go somewhere.
And tell me who that other victim was?
Joseph Van Tress for the armed robbery. Yeah. I should have killed him, but I had to go.
Will you kill again?
If the opportunity arises, I hope so. Okay, we're done.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Angela.
Good shit, dude. That's gonna be crazy, isn't it? That's gonna be wicked. Make it look good, please.
Really quickly, here's some things to consider. Beside the fact Phoenix PD had no record of working with this man. She said he was a snitch, but he was not an informant with anybody in the city of Phoenix, right? She also claimed that she tried to kill a second victim, right? An alleged armed robber. And the only reason she didn't, she said, is because I just didn't have time. I had to go somewhere. I should have killed him when I had the go. So who gives you the go? Who gives you the green light? Whatever's operating in you, right? Demons, right? We have to be aware about what is in people is the thing that's creating these heinous acts. So now she's in jail. Now she has a life, but she's still walking around with these same demons. And, unless she goes through some type of deliverance thing, she's never going to get rid of them. I mean, she's killing people. When people are unsaved, or even saved people too, because like I said, we all have access and we can all give things access without fully knowing it, right? And here's some of the things: those scary movies, right? That will give the enemy access. Participating in Halloween and thinking it's harmless. I mean, we want to do it for the little kiddies, but we need to just buy them candy and have them read the Bible, because there's evil stuff going on out here, and you don't want to be participating in anything evil, actively or even passively, right? Sometimes I understand that it's not our fault, because demons get access all kinds of ways, right? But it is our responsibility that when we find out that there is a deliverance that can set us free, we have to pursue deliverance until we are free, right? So this woman, Angela, she was sexually abused and removed from her mother's house over 12 times, right? She had psychiatric issues that were documented, and a deep hatred for cops, right? And if you want to know what the Bible says, because that's what we believe, that's what backs us. If you want to know what the Bible says about all this demonic stuff, in Mark 5:8, it says Jesus spoke to the demon within the man and said, "Come out, you evil spirit." It gave a shrieking scream. "What are you going to do to me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? For God's sake, don't torture me." This is the NLT translation, right? But for future reference, just remember, God told the demon to come out. Demons don't belong in us. We're not supposed to be living with freakish things happening to us at night and operating in a way that's not really us, but it's what's operating in us that's motivating us, right? Also in the Gospel of Luke 11:14-23, you can read that Jesus was driving out a demon that was mute. And when the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke. So the things that are in us don't belong. And many of us, you'll be surprised at the things you can do and operate in and all of that when the demons are expelled from you. I might do a deeper teaching on this stuff, but I just wanted to share this today to get all of us thinking and being more aware as believers what can operate in people, what can operate in us, and when we don't get rid of it, the heinous things that people can end up doing, just like this Angela lady who has life in prison. So I'm not going to say I hope it blessed you like I always did, but I hope it informed you. Share this with somebody who needs to know. And if you need deliverance, reach out to me, because I know a couple of people that may be able to help.